The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Und damit Heyhoo und willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Genshin Impact. Das stimmt, ich habe hier gerade nicht... Egal, ich ändere das später um. Gehen wir erstmal hier rein. Wir gehen zu Neuvillette, weil irgendwas. Wegen Vaché, glaube ich. Ne, war das, ne? Ist wieder eine Woche her. Hier waren wir noch nicht, oder? Es wirkt auf jeden Fall neu. Ich weiß auch gar nicht, ob ich das angesprochen hatte, dass ich das Intro gemacht hatte oder nicht. Ich erinnere mich null daran. Ich habe zwar die Folgen erst vor kurzem geschnitten, aber I don't know. Aber das ist zu laut gerade auf meinen Ohren. Was ich dazu sagen wollte ist, es hat echt Spaß gemacht, das Intro zu machen. Dieses Wasser weniger eher Dingens. Ich saß da schon eine Weile lang dran. Aber hey. Jetzt habe ich ein Intro. Ein cooles.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Wird jetzt erklärt, was das für Wesen sind?
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Lyney.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Lyney's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
Wir sind die Ace Attorneys.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Ey, wie kann man so gut aussehen? Ich hab schon wieder eine Weile nicht gesehen. Die haben sie echt gut hingekriegt.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Ah, thanks so much.
Neuvillette! Wohin geht's da lang? Rein hier? Hello? Neuvillette?
Please come in.
Hallo? Hallo? Ich bin nervös. Hi.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only like to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
Also.
So you're not mad at us?
Stimmt.
We're looking for a man called Vaché. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Danke. Er macht es für uns? Er vertraut uns.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
Ja. Tick-Tack, Tick-Tack.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vaché has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
Oh, vielleicht ist es dann doch noch länger her.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Da können wir wohl nichts machen. War jetzt alles umsonst?
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Wie hoch ist die Wahrscheinlichkeit, dass das bei uns der Fall ist?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Oh, irgendwas stimmt nicht. Hm? Oh. Die beiden mögen sich, glaube ich.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Okay, das heißt, er war auf jeden Fall auch... Ja, okay, aber klar, dass er auch dabei ist. Ich glaube, es ist ja nicht allzu lange her gewesen, dass sie ihren Vater verloren hat.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Oh.
Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret?
Oh.
No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Navia ist krass. Warte, vielleicht wäre das auch ganz gut, ne? So, ne?
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
Oh.
If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Oh, das tut mir weh. Die Arme.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler in Paimon.
Krass. Ich finde, sie ist mega strong. Also, krasser Charakter. Sollen wir was sagen?
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Regen?
What is it? Did you think of something?
Der Fall deines Vaters. Hat er drinnen oder draußen stattgefunden?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
Damals hat euch aber eine entscheidende Information gefehlt.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
Die Tatsache, dass sich Menschen in Wasser verwandeln können.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain?
Oh.
Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Poisson, ich habe schon wieder vergessen, wer das ist.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Jetzt? Lass uns keine Zeit verlieren.
Great, let's go then.
Achso, Poisson ist ein Ort, kein Mensch. Ups. Das habe ich vergessen. Aber wo bin ich denn bitte gerade? Hä? Wo sind wir denn hier? Waren wir hier schon mal? Das ist ja nicht der normale Untergrund, von dem wir vorhin waren. Keine Ahnung.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Ich dachte, da waren wir letztes Mal.
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
Ich glaube, ich verstehe langsam, worum es dir gefällt.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Okay, dann waren wir natürlich noch nicht hier. Ich glaube, daran hätte ich mich erinnert. Ich weiß doch halt gar nicht, wo lang ich gehen soll, aber wir sehen uns einfach gleich da am Ziel. Aber das Ziel ist da oben. Ich dachte hier unten. Ah, wir sollen da hoch zum Schiff. Oh, das sieht echt schön aus. Aber ein bisschen heruntergekommen. Und wer bist du? Ah, das sind ihre Leute.
Malouse, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You still remember, right, Malouse? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Lyneys. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Könnte hinter all dem ein und dieselbe Person stecken?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
Synth.
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Du meinst so wie dieses Wasser, was dich in Wasser verwandelt? Wenn es irgendwie... Nee, wie war das? War das nicht so irgendwie? Dass dieses Zeug, was dich zu einem Wasser verwandeln kann, wenn man das in einer geringeren Dosis macht, dass es dann genau das hervorrufen kann?
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Das Wasser des Urmeers. Sorry, nicht das Wasser. Es ist natürlich ein bestimmtes Wasser.
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
Also genau wie bei einer Sucht, wenn du versuchst, davon wegzukommen.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, But no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So wie bei der einen da, die hat sich umgezogen. Könnte sie der Person gehören, die aufgelöst wurde?
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Deshalb 2 Schüsse abgefeuert wurden. Es ist nicht auszuschließen, dass die beiden einen Streit hatten, aber es könnte sich genauso eine dritte Person eingemischt haben. Also die 2 Schüsse. Ist nur... Hat diesen Typen nur eine diese Schüsse getroffen? Vielleicht war der andere gegen wie auch immer ihn in Wasser verwandelt hat und verschwunden ist. Also dass es insgesamt 4 Leute waren. Der Vater, dieser Jacques, der halt angeschossen wurde, dann der in Wasser verwandelt wurde und der die in Wasser verwandelt hat. Könnte ich mir vorstellen.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina di Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and there is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Ich würde es aber an dieser Stelle beenden. Was auch immer Malus weiß, das erfahren wir in der nächsten Folge. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß beim Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tüdelü.